dance
Well,
today, Janet.
woo! Welcome,
Hi,
welcome,
everyone.
welcome.
Welcome,
Welcome
welcome,
to the
welcome.
welcome to the Spiritual Reality Show with me and Vivica Garnas. And
Yay.
we are just so excited to be here again. And last week's talk was I felt so, I don't know, so my heart was so full from it. I just felt so great.
Me
And
too.
I feel like doing these shows together, I mean, just for me, it really feels like we're really bringing forth whatever we need to bring forth. But whatever it is, I think it's also resonating out with the people because this is what we're meant to talk about right now. So
Yes.
we talked about the elephant card. We picked the elephant card last week, and that was so exciting because it talked about the elephant being the maternal leader of her herd, and not that the female is always the head, but the maternal leads with the heart.
Mm.
And so now I picked a new card for today, and we got the goddess rising card. So here is another feminine energy card coming into our energy for this week.
I'm feeling
And
that
so
vibe, Janet.
isn't
The
that cool? I love
yes,
it.
I
I love
I
it. And
am.
it's number one. It's the number one card.
Ooh.
And I don't think that's a coincidence that this is a gentleman who's the artist that created this deck, who I love. And his name is John Arthur Mosley. And I hope he loves the perks that we give him, because I think his work is so incredible. His insights are huge, but he's got such a finger on the pulse
Mm.
of what is being happening in our world. I mean, he's just got it. It's just so beautiful to me. So, do we want to do a grounding? We want to do a quick
Yes,
grounding
let's
and
do a
get
grounding.
going. Do
Do
you
you
want me
want
to
to?
do it, or you want to do it?
Yes, you go ahead. I did it last time.
Okay.
It's your
So,
turn.
let's just take a nice deep breath. Feel your feet in the ground. Take a breath in through your nose, down into the belly, and out your mouth. And then do it again. And blow it out your mouth. And then breathe down into the belly. Feel your belly pop out and then blow it out. And then as you're feeling that energy filling you up and grounding you, see those roots, those crystalline roots of light heading down your feet and then down your legs and out your feet and going down through those layers of the earth that I always like to talk about, and going towards that giant golden crystal, which is that heart of Gaia, that beautiful crystalline energy that she is a female energy, is what I always feel. She is the mother. We call her mother. And so, because of her beautiful mothering energy, we connect with her, and she sends us up that beautiful love, that unconditional love that, if you feel like you're missing it today, well, feel this. Just feel this energy just flowing up now through the layers of the earth, flowing up through the bottom of your feet. Feel this gorgeous golden energy just filling you up your legs, up into your belly, through your arms, up into your chest, going up and through your neck and into your head. And then just see that energy beam go right up the crown of your head, through the roof of your house. We're going to send it out into the universe, go way up in the sky, way, way up. And we're going out in the inky purple universe, which I love to send it way out. And all those stars are again twinkling at us. And there's one particular star that is always there for you. Send your star, your beam of light to that star and connect with it and become one with it. And now you've connected to your soul family, all the guides and the beings of light who are here for you on this journey. And so just thank them for being here. Know they're always there for you whenever you need their guidance. And please always ask them very clearly and specifically what it is you need help with. The vague words, I need help, is never going to get you the help you need. Just be very clear. I'm lonely today. I need to feel love, or whatever it is you need. Send it out and ask. I'm scared today. I need to feel more at ease. Whatever you need. Those are the things that they can address quickly and easily. So now we're going to send that beam of light to the central sun, and that central sun is shifting us from the carbon to the crystalline. And that central sun's going to send down that beautiful shimmering silvery light, the cosmic flush, coming down back towards the earth, coming back towards where you live, coming in through the roof of your house, and then coming in through the crown of your head very gently and lovingly, and let go into your body as this comes in like a this watery crystalline waterfall flowing through your body like a figure eight, Just let whatever is in the way, it's feeling that's you're having some bad feelings, let them flow into these waters. It'll pick it up and bring them out of your body. It's going to flow back down the legs now. Anything you want to let go, let it go. Let it go into those waters. It's going to, those waters now flow down your legs and out your feet and go down those layers of the earth again into that fiery ring that surrounds Mother Gaia, that beautiful crystalline heart, and it'll be burned up and transmuted into light. And then just put your hands on your heart so you connect with that heart. Know that you're loved all the time by Source. We are part of Source. We are one with Source. We are sparks of Source. We are here being Source's ambassadors and having experiences that Source is learning from, and we're helping Source understand things. So we're all doing such amazing work that you don't realize what you're doing. We're shifting and changing things every single moment. So this beautiful energy is going to flow forward into the front of your heart. It's going to start filling up your cells with this liquid golden light of love, this beautiful love light, which is always there for us. Always connect to this love and Source if you feel alone. And then let that fill you up, and then let it overflow and surround you with this beautiful egg of light, which is now our sacred space. And what is your intention for today? I'm going to ask you, Vibeke, what is your intention for today's session?
To open ourselves up to the feminine power, the goddess within.
Ah, beautiful. Yes. And to understand what is that true feminine power that we're meant to open to. So that is, so it's going to be so exciting to hear. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All beings of light are here for us. Step back right now and take a deep breath. Come back into your body. Here we are.
I love, and Janet, I was moved when you did this today because I've been struggling with the feminine side. You know this. We've spoken about this as well, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
the goddess part, it kind of shifted me today, understanding not just looking at the feminine and the masculine and trying to align those two or to embrace both, but it's you lifted it with that card of the goddess, that if I can look at myself and that energy as something more than just being feminine, but being
Mm-hmm.
and embracing that goddess within, that shifts my perspective. That shifted my energy. I could feel that in this knowing.
Mm,
I kind of
that's
I got
beautiful.
a new perspective on my feminine powers, if you want. That is what activates the goddess within.
Yeah.
That's what it do for me. I don't know about
Yes.
you.
Yes. That's beautiful. That's beautiful what you just said. And for me, what I got was you were saying that is living from the heart is what goddess energy is. I mean, it's for men and women. It's female, because we're both, as you say, we're balancing out our masculine and our feminine. A lot of women, we've been so pressured to be masculine in
Yes.
our ways because, you know, we had to, we were pushed out into the world to work now. We were letting go of that nurturing ability of what motherhood was. It wasn't enough anymore. Why isn't it enough? It isn't. This is what we're learning in society. It's not enough because it's not enough because of two things. First of all, families can't survive on all the money they make with just one income anymore. And um, women want to have purpose in their life. We want to have purpose. I
Of
mean,
course.
and it does, I mean, and it's a purpose to have your children. And anyone who chooses to stay home, that is a choice and it's your purpose.
Yes.
So for all of
And you
us,
can be that goddess if you want to say,
yes,
it does not matter
like
what
the
you do.
1950s mother, which that was
Yes.
my, when I was born. So I'm aging myself, but here I am. And you know that was, I mean, those were the icons, the women that stayed home dressed in these crazy dresses and vacuuming and having the perfect meal. I mean, that's a little too much in my mind. I like the way we've come forth. I mean, we're still
Yes.
working through it, but we've had to stumble through so much, like I, a woman, and all these things that women had to become superwoman. First
Yeah.
we had to become superwoman, do the job, take care of the kids, clean the house, take care of the husband. Well, that didn't work because that was way burnout for all of us. And so now it's moved into, here we are settling into our hearts. Okay, we're
So
accepting.
listen.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry I'm interrupting, but
No, go
I'm
ahead.
getting so much flashes in my because
Good.
I know that this is something a new shift for me,
Hmm.
and I'm sitting here thinking I should be wearing a dress. I should actually celebrate the goddess within. I'm not wearing. I have a skirt on, but I'm not wearing
Oh,
a
that's
dress.
nice.
But the thing is, I actually prior to this life, I had to choose. I had two bodies to choose from. One was a male, very
Hmm.
rugged male from the States, living nature man, and I've
Sure.
had one more life as a male than as a female. And I remember my spirit guides Arius kind of asking me when I was leaning towards the man, kind of, remember what you've chosen to learn about. And I had an
Mm.
agreement with my soulmate. She's my youngest daughter today. And
Ah,
so, and what it was meant for me to learn in this lifetime. And so I went with Vibeke because I knew that I had one more life as a male, so kind of to balance it out. But it would allow me to be the mother to to really embrace motherhood, to
yes.
experience being a mother and all everything that encompasses that. And then I was thinking, okay, so the only thing that I've not seen in this was the goddess part of it, because
Mm.
she actually is here to teach me about. She was, I think she was 4 or 5 years old when she said to me, looked me dead in the eyes, and she said, "Mommy, I'm here to teach you about unconditional love." Seriously.
Ooh, wow.
Seriously. It was after I did my LBL, and she told me that in spirit, and I got home and she told me that in the physical. And
That's
so
fantastic.
it was like a full circle moment. It was just everything just played out. And that was also a shift for me because then I knew that, okay, I have to embrace this. But I've never
Hmm.
been
Hmm.
comfortable until today when I kind of felt like, okay, I like the goddess part because I feel that is more powerful because I've seen or been raised in a society where women were suppressed, not maybe not too much in Norway as I grew up, but I've been a
But
you know,
always
yeah.
secondary, always
Yes,
secondary.
yes, you're
Yeah,
right. And
yeah.
so I was always felt that we weren't, yeah, like you said, secondary. And now I felt, hey, I have a new way of looking at it. And even
Mm.
though everyone said, you might think, well, that's obvious, but not to me because I've been trying to figure out how to navigate that energy within myself in a way that
Hmm.
I do not feel weakened by it and that
Right,
I don't
right.
feel like the masculine is taking over because
Okay.
I'm so comfortable using my masculine energy because I've
Yes,
had
yes, yeah.
to get forward in life
Of
because
course.
but now
Being too
I'm
feminine would be you looked made they determine that as weak.
yes,
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah,
But now
yeah.
when you say goddess, I go, ooh, power.
Now, goddess
That's
is
like
power.
yes.
Yeah, that is such a good insight. I love that,
Yeah.
Vivica, because as you were thinking, I had a thought, and now am I going to get that thought back? It was that yeah, the God. Well, I had a lot of lives as men too. When I definitely did, because I always felt more masculine than feminine as well in myself, because I was a tall woman. I'm a bigger boned. I'm not gigantic or anything, but I'm a tall woman, and I carry a lot of power in my
Mm,
look.
yeah.
And people get intimidated by me sometimes. And it always blows my mind because I never felt like I could intimidate anybody, but
Mm.
I guess I do without even understanding I do. And so I'm like, okay, well, that's interesting. I guess I'm supposed to own this in with a gentleness. Like there's a way to own that power with a gentleness, but also that goddess energy that you're talking about is a power energy, but it comes from the heart, but in a way that you can still have that masculine come in a nice way, like a softer masculine
It is
can
part
come
of the
in with the
goddess.
female
Yeah.
that I mean, really, the women are always been the power behind the throne. I don't care
Yeah.
what you say.
Yeah. Yeah.
All women have been the power in the family. The husband always goes, happy wife, happy life, you know, things like that, right? The
Mm,
women, we're always the quiet power, but
mm,
we don't get the um the notice or the adulation. Like, not that we want adulation necessarily, but we just want the validation that we're an equal partner, that we've given enough
There you said
and
it.
we've done just
Equal.
as much.
Yeah.
What do you think? Yeah.
Yes, equal. I'm thinking about this is this. I love this topic, Janet,
Hmm.
because it
Hmm.
makes me just look at my life and actually everything. I have two girls,
Yeah.
and growing up, and it's of course I got two girls. I have to learn this,
Well,
right?
yes, you
And I
had to
can
make
look at my
sure you
girls,
stepped
and I
into
have
that full
one.
feminine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I have one that's kind of a tomboy, not too much, but likes, look like
Okay.
kind of like
Love it.
how
Love
I
it.
was when I grew up.
Yes.
And then I have this very sweet older daughter that she loves dresses, she wears dresses, she likes makeup, she's kind of,
So she's
her
the super
nails.
feminine. She's the
Well, not
super
super, but
feminine.
she's feminine, and she has
Well,
another
she's not
rhythm.
afraid to be feminine.
You're
She
right.
owns the femininity. She
Yes.
owns
So
it. Yes.
I can see the contrast, and I
Yes.
look at them and I say, well, I have both kind of I am both of them, or I how do you say that in English? I kind of carry both their energies within myself.
It's so
And so
beautiful.
it's
Yeah.
just beautiful to see how they play that out. And I get so proud, and I kind of use it as a reflection of who I am as well, because we're all one. And I kind of use it as my muse, if you want. Like, I can be that and I can be that, and everything is
Yes.
perfect.
Yes.
That's the
Oh, that's
goddess power
excellent.
to me.
Yes.
So I kind of get that, like, oh,
They're
I
your
can
muse.
allow
I love
myself
that.
to, yeah, I can be sexy, I can be
Yes.
hot, I can be
A
professional, or
tomboy
call
if
whatever,
you want.
tomboy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's up to me. It doesn't matter because I
Exactly.
have all these limiting beliefs, or if you're looking at how society wants you to look at what feminist energy is,
Yeah, they're
or
like
you know,
the picture of perfect femininity
yeah,
is a joke. It's
yeah, you're
not
right.
real. 'Cause
Yeah,
real women are not like that.
you're right. But
They're not.
thank God I have a husband that really appreciate the way I am, as both feminine and
Right.
masculine. I mean, he
Exactly.
loves me for who I
Exactly.
am. So I'm
Sure.
I'm the lucky one, I would say, because I know a lot of people can struggle with, find
Oh,
their place
yes.
in a
Oh, yes.
relationship. But just this, from now on, I'm going to think about being that goddess, the
Yeah,
goddess
the goddess
energy,
is wonderful. Yeah.
because that will
I've
keep
been
my
able to do it
standard.
myself as I get older. I've been able to own my goddess more and more, and I don't feel any guilt about it.
There
You
you
know,
go.
there's no guilt anymore
Yes,
because I used to feel guilty about trying to be feminine, and I
me
had a
too.
request. Yeah, I had a request when when I first got married, and my husband's like, "Don't be frumpy, don't be this, don't be that." I'm like, "Ooh, well, not that I ever would want to be, but it was interesting that he even cared." And I'm like, "Well, that really isn't my persona anyway, so it really probably wouldn't happen." But some people just let it all go, and that's up to them. They're happy with that, and everybody's happy with it, and it's okay, it works. And some people just want to keep the feminine side going no matter what, so I always like keeping that feminine side going.
Yeah.
But I always felt very masculine. And when you talked about your daughter being your soulmate, my daughter, I found out in my past life, was my mother. She was my mother. And
Oh,
so she stepped in this life. She wanted to switch roles, let me see what that's all about. It's not an
mm,
easy job. It's like now I had to wear the shoes. And she was kind of a tomboy too. My daughter was always playing with the boys,
yeah.
and she was always playing soccer and lacrosse, but she was playing in the schoolyard with the boys. But then she always hung out with she has really good friends that are women, and she's got really great close friends, and it's awesome. And but she had to go through a few things that I was told I had to learn through her, because I wanted her to achieve a certain thing. And
Mm,
I was hoping for her, and she didn't achieve it. And it was actually a blessing in disguise, because she was always excellent in sports. So she didn't get on this one particular school team, but in the end, she made like all state and everything else
yeah.
in high school. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, honey. And she's half my size. So she's a
Mm,
petite little thing,
mm,
and she's a powerhouse.
mm,
And so it's so interesting how we have this feminine roles in our life that we learn as we're in the spiritual work also. what a goddess really is. Like you're saying, what is a goddess? A goddess embraces all of who we are.
You're
It
right.
embraces the masculine, the feminine.
Mhm.
We can be, we can hang out in jeans and t-shirts and whatever. I remember one day I love to wear every now and then in the winter, I love to wear a flannel checkered shirt. I
Yes.
just love that. It's warm, it's cozy. And I remember, and it looks kind of masculine, but I don't care because I love it. It's really fun to wear and cozy. And one woman saw me and she goes, "Ooh, you look so different than you do when you do your shows." And I'm like, "Well, this is my comfort zone right now because I'm cold and I feel great in this warm flannel shirt." And it was great, and who cares? I don't care. I mean,
No.
and I would go out in that if I had to. Who cares? I would go, if I went to a friend's for a weekend and it was cold, I would take it with me. That's it. That's it. That's who I am. I'm going to be feminine when I want to be, and I'm going to be in my masculine, I guess you'd call it, when I want to be. And it's okay to own that. It's okay to be not perfect all the time. And so the goddess is just coming forward through. I mean, all I can think of is the heart. I just feel like the heart centered energy, which is the power behind all of us. Our hearts are a power. Living from our hearts is the true essence of who we are because that's source energy. That's
Yes.
source. And so, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anything else you want to add to that? Because I can finish reading the card when you're ready.
Yeah, I just one short thing.
Yeah.
When you're talking about the heart, I channel Zarius in the Order of Seven, and
Right.
within that group, there's one energy that resonates with the heart. She's Gloria, and Gloria
Oh.
to me has always shown herself as a goddess. I mean, I see her energy, I am just taken about by the power, but it's so subtle because it's just
Mm,
unconditional love. It's just such an amazing energy to feel and to be able to channel. I'm honored that I can feel her energy sometimes when she comes through. And I've always seen myself separate. So until today, when I
that's so
actually,
great.
when we did this meditation or this grounding exercise and I felt, and you pull that card, I just felt her essence within me. And I know this. I mean, she's part of me and we're all one. And I've channeled her so many times. But now it was kind of an awakening of me owning that power for the
Yes.
first
Yes.
time.
That's what we're doing now. That's so
Yes.
true.
And I
That's
think that
exactly
has
what's
something to
happening.
do with the shift that we're talking about and
Yes.
what's happening in the upcoming weeks with the
Yes.
shift in energy and the, not the Lions Gate, but the other
Well, we
one.
have the solstice coming
Yeah.
up in a few
Yeah.
days. The
Yeah.
solstice just
Yeah.
happened last week.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
So that one, I think that might have helped me a little bit.
yes, yes. And it's interesting. I had a dear friend. Well, I had a pretty good friend, and she was a mentor named Gloria, who channeled the Magdalene
Mm.
for years. She's written about 5 or 6 books, small books, and they're on Amazon. But she passed last year, and she was younger than me, and it was a shock. I mean, there was nothing wrong with her. Just
Mm.
one day, she was sitting at her table, and she was gone. And
Wow.
that's what happened. So this might be an ode to Gloria. She's probably looking in, but Gloria was an amazing woman. I mean, she was a mentor for me for a good 13, 14 years, long time. I
Yeah.
traveled with her to France, to the Magdalene, to Rennes-le-Chateau, to where Magdalene and the tower is. And oh my gosh, that was quite an experience. And Gloria would give so much of herself. Gloria gave and gave and gave. And I think that she crossed like that because she was done with the giving part. Now it was her turn to be in some bliss and to have some rest because she worked so hard.
To be able
And
to
her
that
her
name Gloria is that means that she is that goddess.
she was a goddess, and but she didn't femininity was she was very relaxed, didn't get into anything extraneous, just super herself. And so she was, take me
That's
as I
goddess
am, and that's what
power.
you get.
The
This,
acceptance
what you
of who
see
you
is
are.
what you get.
Yeah. I like that.
And you had to admire, because that's who
Yeah.
she was. That's
Yeah.
who she was. But she was so interested in her spiritual life. It was, she was a very big inspiration to see the focus that she had. And so she's to me, I'm feeling the divine feminine, because
Mhm.
she really embraced her divine feminine, and she brought it into a goddess, because um she had one son, and it was hard. It was hard because he wasn't there when he was away, and when
Mm.
they came home, she was there. And it was it was just a real quick, but
Passing.
it was like her glory, because
Yeah.
she went in her moment. That was, everyone was learned so much from her. All we can do is show gratitude and appreciation for her. So
Well,
thank
why
you,
don't you?
Gloria
Yes, thank
Amendola, for
you.
all that you've done for us. And I'll finish reading this
Yes.
card real
Yes.
quick. All
Yeah.
right. So, the goddess rising, it's about embodiment, empowerment, and
Mm.
awakening.
There you
And
go.
it's the first card of the deck. I am the power of the feminine in her full glory, goddess of the chosen ones. I am your beckoning, an illumination of the power you hold. For I am within you as you, representing your full mastery. I call upon you now, sacred one. You are the keeper of great teachings. Open to this now, for I am your destiny in your intuition that is guiding you home. Goddess rising, also called Gaia or Pachamama in some cultures, is the divine feminine. Oh, look at that. In her creative power that sustains life on this earth. She is the fertility goddess who embodies all of creation, whether overseeing plantings and harvests or sending earthquakes and floods to restore balance, she is responsible for nature's harmony. The goddess rising is a powerful reminder to respect and honor all creation, as the same life force flows through us all. In this painting, if it's, I don't know if you can really see it, but I'll try to hold it up and see if it can help. It's the light
There
won't,
you go. Mm.
there, that way.
Yeah.
All right. In this painting, the goddess rising, go that way. Yeah. Is shown standing in front of the rising sun in a pool of clear water. Oh, wrong way. Sorry, guys. Camera takes it a funny way. Formed from the waterfall that flows from her heart. So you see that water in the front? It's flowing from her heart. This water represents the life-giving essence of unconditional love. Her left hand holds her cloak open, revealing Black Panther spirit, symbol of ferocity and protection, qualities that allow her to be in her femininity and softness without fear. The macaw spirit to her side symbolizes being visible and shining her beauty into the world. I don't know if you can see that. The macaw, I think, is that this one? I think it's the bird over. No, that way. I can't do it. Too hard.
You're right.
Um,
It's
I'm
okay.
gonna I'm gonna lose the card here. Sorry. This water. The macaw spirits to her side symbolizes being visible and shining her beauty into the world. The irises to her other side signify natural royalty and wisdom. At the center of her crown is a chrysalis, symbol of transformation and rebirth. Snake spirit coils around her left arm, representing the process of transmutation. Perfectly aligning with her sacred form is the sacred geometry of the Sri Yantra, signifying the perfect balance of the divine feminine and the sacred masculine. The goddess rising card is a message to fully awaken to the remembrance of the sacred being that you are. Even when things are in seeming disarray or upheaval, you are only experiencing the natural forces according to the law of balance. This is the grace of spirit restoring you to wholeness and further aligning you along your path. Stand confidently in your power. Take time to honor and be present with the rhythms of your own body. Knowing these rhythms are one and the same with the intelligence, wisdom, and perfection of nature and the sacred goddess rising herself. Aho, goddess rising.
Oh,
I love it. I love it. So she is
thank you.
a power spirit to be reckoned with here.
I think that
So,
summed up everything that we actually spoke about.
yeah, it was beautiful. Any final words from you, Vivica? Want to close it? You want to close
Yeah,
it out?
let's do that. So I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone being here with us today in this beautiful community. And just take a deep breath in And as you release, you send your gratitude to Mother Gaia, to the goddess within, to your fellow goddesses, and just
Mm-hmm.
feel that power and allow yourself, accept yourself for who you truly are. And we thank all our spirit guides, all the wise beings being here with us today, guiding us and giving us unconditional love, reminding us of who we truly are, the goddesses. Thank you. And
Thank
open.
you. Wow, that was beautiful. Well, thank you everyone for being here. We hope that we'd love to hear your comments, and please, put them in the chat, or you can send them on. We have emails. I don't see them up here at the moment, but
They're in the description. I'll make
they're
sure.
in the description. There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Vivica. That was absolutely beautiful. And yes, we are
See you next
goddesses, and
week. Yeah.
we get to own it. We get to
Yeah.
own this. So enjoy being the goddess that you are.
Yes.
Bye.